Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me. I have a crafting on a budget project, and if you are one of those that have limited craft supplies and you want to still create some fun little projects, I have a do-it-yourself embellishment idea, and it's just using your cutter parts, and they're the cutter parts from your paper pads or 12x12 papers, 6x6 papers, and they're like the little images that you'll see in the paper pads, and then you just cut them out. And these ones are like about the 2x2 inch size cutter parts that you may have laying around in your stash. And we're just also going to use some paper scraps. So I decided to just cut these out from a heap of my paper pads, and I thought I would make some paper layered embellishments with these because I just think they're really cute, and sometimes you just don't know what you want to do with them or what you can make with them, but yet they're just so cute to play with. So these are the ones that I've made, and then I'm going to make one and show you how easily it is you can make these just using limited craft supplies that you may have. So this is one of them. So they're all pretty much the same. I made some page banners or fish towel paper strips, and then layered it, and then use the cutter part as the focal piece in the middle, and then decorate it with little dangles on the side. So this is one of them, and then just finishing it off with a bit of embellishing. So it's just another fun little project if you like making paper embellishments and you just don't know how to get started. This is another fun way, and you can keep adding extra layering to the back. You can add extra embellishing to the completed embellishment, and just finishing it off with little dangles and paper punch shapes just makes it a little more fun to look at as well. And this one I had a star punch, and I just punched that out and stuck that there. And this is another one. So some of the cutter parts might be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. I just trimmed mine down just so that it would fit onto the banner shape, because I didn't want it to be too large. So that's that one, and then there is also this one, just really cute. And then you can add these onto, I'll just show you and what I've got. So I've got just a plain pocket that I just folded over and glued the sides here to create a pocket, and even my embellishments just fit nicely to the front to just finish off a plain pocket. And you can see that even the colors still go well with my pocket, just using any scrap. So this one also looks just as pretty on the front of the pocket insert. So don't be afraid to use any of your papers, because it will still look really lovely on any of your projects that you may want to place it on. And then this also will look lovely on there. You can add these onto cards if you are doing card making, and add these onto little small note cards. I have here a 3x4 journal size double-sided cardstock that I cut out and corner rounded, and then added a page tab to create like a file card. Even this would look pretty on the front like that. This one will also look nice. It's just nice, and just finishes off a background plain card really lovely too. So just so you can see that it will still look nice on one of those. I've even got a file card that I made using the memory memory keepers envelope punch board. You can even add that to the front that way. You can add it that way, place it up there. So if you have a card, you can just do that. So these are just some of the fun ideas you could make and then add them onto your project. So I'm just going to show you how easily it is you can make these, and I'm just going to put them up here. So I've got here a tray of a whole heap of cutter parts from different paper pad collections, and some 12x12 papers. So I have those, And then all you need are just some of your paper scraps, and then you're just going to cut them into strips. I have some plain cardstock, and you can use any plain cardstock, and that is for this part here that's at the back. Now you don't have to use plain cardstock, you can use printed paper as well. It's up to you. And then you're going to cut this out at 2 3/4 inches by 1 inch. And then I have here some paper scrap strips as well. So I've got a bunch of those, and you're going to also cut them at the same length at 2 3/4 inches by 3/4 of an inch, and that's about just a little bit less than the 1 inch size. So you just want it a little bit less than that, and that will be the front part here to create the front part of the banner shape. I've also cut some little smaller strips here, and these ones I cut at 3/4 inches by 1.5 inch. So it'll be the same width as this one, but at 1.5 inches. This piece here is the little folded piece here that I've got along the side of the banner shape. That's optional, you don't have to add that on, but I think that looks really cute by having a different kind of pattern paper. And then you'll just also need some scrap papers of any larger size that will use as a background for your cut apart. And you can see I've got one here, that's just for that part. And again, that's optional, you don't have to have the background paper in the background if you don't want to. I just think that just pops out the focal piece in the middle. So that's what I've done there. So what we have is your cutter parts. You have cardstock plain strips at 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches. Some pattern strip papers, 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inch. And then you've got some of your little scrap pieces at 3/4 inches by 1.5 inches. And just some of your paper scraps from your stash that will cover your cutter parts. So they're all the pieces that I'm using. And then you will just then decorate it afterwards with whatever little embellishing you like to do with it. So let's start making one of these. And I'm going to, it's just so easy, really fun. And you don't need a lot of supplies. You just need some double-sided tape, which we all have in our craft supplies. So some double-sided foam tape, some scissors, and if you have a hole punch to create a little hole here, that'll be okay too. If you don't have one, it doesn't matter. All right, so let's start with just selecting one of your cutter parts that you might want to work with. I'm just going to grab, I'll grab this one. It says hello friend. Okay, I'll just do that one first. Just put that to the side. And I'm going to just trim mine down a little bit. I just want it a little bit smaller. So let me just move these for now. So I'm just going to just trim it down a little bit. So it's not really 2 by 2. I don't even know what the measurements are. I'm just going to just trim it down. So just don't want it too big. So that's fine. And then you're going to grab your background paper that you want to cover to put behind your cutter part. So just select whatever paper it is that you want. I'm not even sure what I'm going to use. I might just maybe this one, something with a bit more colour. I might just use this one. Now if you have an easier way to cut yours out, go ahead and do it your way. I'm just going to place mine sort of there, and I'm just going to put it in my trimmer this way, and I'm just I only want just a little bit of the background paper to come around the front, to come around the back. So I just want about that much going around, and then I'm just going to cut this bottom part out as evenly as I can. And if you have an easier way for you to do it, yeah, just do it however is easy for you. I'm just eyeballing my measurements for this, so I just wanted a bit of a background, so I'm happy with that. That's about, yeah, that's a good enough size. So I've got that. Just pick out one of my plain cardstock. So I might use, I'll just use that one. So, and then pick out a print. I might use this one. So I'm just sort of layering it out first and seeing if I'm happy with the papers I'm going to use. So I'm going to place that one in the front, which will be this piece here. And then I'm going to place that like that. So that's fine. And just a little strip for the, I'll just use this one. So this piece will be the little piece here. Let me grab this one, it's probably easier to see. It's this piece here that gets attached to the little banner shape, so that's going to go there. So that is all you need to create the embellishment. So now let's put it together. Once you're happy with what you've selected, I'll start with the cutter part first, and I'm just going to place some square foam dots. You can just glue it straight onto the paper if you wanted to, if you don't want to raise it off the background paper. I'm just going to do a quick one here. I won't go all the way, just so you have an idea of where you want it placed. So normally I'll just go right around. I don't have the larger strip or the larger roll, double-sided tape. So I'm just going to get these all off first. So now I'm just going to get it centered. So that's done. The next part we're going to do is grab these two and create a little fishtail banner. That's the first one. So I've got these two, so this one will now go in the front like that. That will go on the top. But I'm going to grab this little piece, I'm going to fold this over first. So we'll do this part next. Just get some glue. And I'm going to just sort of go in about halfway from where that fold line or the fold is, and I'm going to press it down, glue it to the end. Okay, so once that's all dried, that'll be ready. And then I'm just going to punch a hole with the hole punch, if you've got one of those. So I'm just going to and if you have a reinforcement punch like I have, punch out your reinforcement little piece, and then you're going to glue that on the top, and that just sort of decorates that part. If you don't have one of these and you want to give it a decorative little reinforcement like I have, all you do is, if you have a little circle punch that will fit inside the square, you're just going to punch it, punch out your little piece of your scrap paper like that. If I can get it out. Hang on. Doesn't want to come out. There we go. And then what you do is you will first glue that onto your little piece, glue that down, and then you will go and eyeball it in the middle, and then you'll punch your hole, and then you'll get yourself a nice pattern circle with the hole punched out. So that's just another way to do that if you don't have the reinforcement hole punch. So I've done that now, and that's going to get placed onto the front of the cardstock, and I'm going to use some more double-sided tape. I've just got my roll here. Just cut a strip. Just place it there. And I want to just sort of go halfway down, and making sure the whole part is sort of outside, so I'll be able to add some trim. So you just want it sort of out of the edge of that, and then you have yourself your banner shape both glued on, and then this will get placed on the top, and I'm going to add some more double-sided tape. And then I'm just going to place that somewhere in the middle. I'd like to be able to see a bit of this background paper on both sides, just peeking through. I might just try and go up a bit. So there we go. How cute does that look? We're just about done. I'm just going to add my little piece of reinforcement piece, just to place that there, just to finish that off there. So that one's done, and then you can decorate the front part by adding some sequins, some enamel dots, flat back pearls, and you can add some string to the front, to the whole part here, like I have. Just tie a little bow and add some beads. If you have no beads, you can just punch out a couple of heart shape. If you have some heart punches, and punch out two, and then just glue them back to back onto your string to finish it off. And that's pretty much all there is to the embellishment. It's really easy. You can make a ton of these. You can gift these as Happy Mail for some crafty friends, and then these also make great little tags if you want to turn it this way and have your, see if I can get this one out. You can even go this way if you like. So you can go that way, and just making sure you don't go all the way, and then you can make it into a tag that way. So that's another fun way to do that. So I just thought I'd share with you another fun way to make some embellishments, crafting on a budget with minimal supplies. And this was really fun to make, really quick. I hope you enjoyed the process video, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.